Okay, let's continue. So I have actually increased the size of the staircase height. Steps height has been increased. So how do we do this kind of a thing? Now I can reach the top level very quickly. Now if you just look at this staircase, this is a very sharp slope. So you can quickly reach with only few steps. Now if you look at the number of steps here, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So from 9 steps, I can reach the top of the staircase. So if you have these kind of very sharp angles, what we can do is we can change the angle of the staircase. There is no tool to give something like a degree of angle in degrees. So we have to go here, and the easiest way of changing the staircase angle is giving this riser height. So if you have a very shallow rise, like 5 inch, now this is a very shallow staircase. Apply actual riser height is greater than the maximum riser height. So actual riser shall we give 6 inch, 6. Apply. Okay. Now if you just draw a new staircase again, now it has 20 steps. So now it needs 20 steps to reach. Earlier it needs only 9 steps. Now if you just look at the 3D view or this north view, you can see the difference. Now this reaches quickly, this has a long run. So this has a small run, this has a long run, and it will reach. So you can have, so if you are designing for elder people, this may be good. If you are designing for young people, this may be good. So depends on the requirement you have. You can have a high step here or low step like this. As well, you can change the depth also, depth of the staircase. So these things can be adjusted and change the angle. So we will look at how to have a staircase with the landing. So what I did was I went here, and according to your calculations, change the this value is the easiest one to change. If you want, you can change the width of the staircase. Here it says minimum tread depth, so you can assign a minimum value, go below this value, and I will now have a staircase with the landing. So what you can do is you can come here and click here and click again here and go this. So this will create a staircase with the landing. So this is called the landing. So I click here, again click here and click. So you take a turn like this and have a staircase with the landing. Press OK. This is the situation. So you can create a staircase, something like this, very quick. I will redo this. Again, it's a straight one. So what I did, I click here and went like this. So that is the thing I did. So you can adjust these gaps, no problem. You can edit the staircase again and change these things. So we can do it pretty. So if you want, you can take it very close or change the width of the staircase. Those kind of facilities given. So this can be changed. Something like this can be done. So editing is given. So what we did was we drew the run, and automatically landing and supports have been drawn by the software. Any questions? Tell me. Yes.
When you draw a staircase with a straight line, that means the staircase is going straight with having landing at center, how can we do it?
Straight
No,
landing.
U type.
Uh, can you ask
Direction.
again? Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Can you raise the question again?
When we need to draw a staircase,
Yes.
that should be straight one, not like this U type. And when we need to have one landing or two landing, say one landing at middle, and
At
then
middle.
yeah,
So you have a staircase, a straight one, but you have a landing in the middle here.
yes,
Uh, uh, can be done. Wait. So I will do it. So his requirement is to have a step, something like a big step here. So it's a landing, but it's a straight one. So if you try to do those things in this case, so if I try and come and try to edit this thing, it's not going to be easy because these are predefined shapes. So these predefined shapes doesn't include that kind of a staircase. So if I basically what we want to do is we want to delete these steps here and create a big landing. So it's not available in the normal predefined shape tools. So if you just try to edit it, they will ask you to edit the run. They will ask you to edit the landing. So here we don't have a landing, so we need to create a landing. So this method will not support this requirement, but there is another tool available here called stair by stitch. So this tool will help you to create your own kind of staircases. Now I don't know whether you have this in your computer. Earlier, this is 2015 Revit. So all versions had this tool, I think, without any problems. Now in the new software, this may not be available in this kind of a like this. So if I just, I will come back to this tool later and show you how to get a customized landing. Later I'll show you. For the time being, are you okay with this kind of a shape? If you are okay with this kind of a shape and I discuss how to change the angle, we will quickly look at, I'm trying to go make it a little bit faster now because we don't have much time left in the course. So I'll try to show you now. I showed you these kind of changes, and we will go here and look at some quick things here. What are these notations and parameters? Now, if someone wants to delete the railing here, you can quickly come and delete the railing, no problem. Uh, we can redraw the railing also without any problems. I will show you how to do those things. Before that, we will look at how to change this steps in this staircase. So if I remove this button, stringers, if I say stringers is none, the right support stringer is none, and if you press OK, what happens? This right support is not available. So you can see right stringer is not there. So I will delete the other staircases. So here right support is not available. So you can quickly turn that on and off by this tool. And left support, if I want, I can say none. So you don't have a staircase with stringers. So this is the shape. And and if you want, you can change the thickness of the stringer. So it's 2-inch width. So if you want, you can come and change the stringer shape also. Now I went to stringer here. It's 2-inch width. Total depth is given. Structural depth. So everything can be changed. So it's up to you to go through these parameters and learn. I think we are not expecting from you guys to learn these things in depth. So for architects, I'm teaching these things in depth. So I just learned there are tools like this, and if you want to draw your own designs later, you can explore these further. So you just click on these buttons you can change the parameters of the stitches. And going further down, sorry, here also I can change the thread size. Now thread is this thickness. So this thickness can be changed, and the nose is this front area. So this shape can be changed. So everything can be changed by these parameter buttons. So you can just click on this. You will get this small browsing button. So I can come here and change the thread material. So the thread material is now default. I will change this to say wood, and riser material is cherry. Now I change the thread to wood, riser to cherry. What is the immediate effect in the real colors? You can see thread is in wood, this is in cherry. So immediately we can do these changes. So just do it and see. So just click here, go to edit type, go to this button and change this material and see. So I hope you understood this change. Now if someone wants to remove the threads or the risers, say if I want to remove the risers, you just remove it. So what will happen? This is the result. So you don't have a staircase. Uh, there is no risers in the staircase. So what we did, easily you can come here and click here and remove the risers and riser profile or the riser thickness. So the riser thickness can be changed. That is, uh, I'll show you later. So this profile also can be changed. Now if you just come here, it says C channel riser. So this is actually not good. So here they are not loading the other profiles. So if you want to load the other profiles, we can load it and come early. So I will come here and show you the thickness from here. Thread thickness, say 3 inches. Apply. Immediately you can see this is increase in this thickness. So if I just have it 5 inches, apply, immediately you can see it's changing. So you can quickly change the thickness of the thread. And nose in length. So what is the nose in length? So if I just increase 3 inches, immediately you can see this is increased. Now I'll undo this. You can see I will have this little bit this side and edit these things, and you can see the immediate effects. uh, Thread is this one. Thread thickness I showed you. Then I have thread profile. It says default. So if you just make it to straight thread, apply. You can see this is now like a simple plate. So all these things can be changed, and you can upload the required shapes also. You can see how it changes. So if I just say 3 inches, how it changes. And it says nose in. Nose is this one. So how can I change the nose? Nose, if I just have C channel nose, it's something like this, which is not really good. So lot of things can be done from these buttons here. And if you want to load something else, you can draw your shapes and come, or else you load it from this insert, load families. We have profiles, we have stairs, and we have these kind of noses. Now if you want to have a nose like this, triangle nose can be done. So if you want to have a radius kind of a nose, can be done. So if I want this kind of a nose, or this kind of a nose, we can load them. So I just load both guys. Nothing will change here, so we have to load it and get it. Now it says radius noses are available, so I can have a straight radius like this one. So radius is 1 inch. I will have it like this. Triangle nose. You can see how it changes. Now it's a triangle kind of a nose. So it's very easy. So if you want, you can have your own profiles. This is a different one. So learn how to do that. Just go and load from the profiles. Go to the correct folder and load. So if you want, you can have your own shape thrown here and use them in your project. So I hope you understood how to change the thread and the prices. And these are some other parameters for the quantities and the costing and other things. So these are the important things. So if you want, you can disable both. Then there is no staircase actually. So you will not see anything. It's like just a normal way. So that can be also done. Any questions up to this? So important thing you need to remember is these parameters, what are the meanings of these parameters, and how to change the run. From here you can have thread and rises control. Then you can go to right support and left support of stringer width, and other things are normal parameters. So these are the important things in a staircase. And in the edit staircases, you will find this flipping tool. So you can change the entrance and the exit paths by flipping the staircase along the landing. Around the landing, I can change the staircase uh, directions. So we will look at how to draw other kinds of staircases quickly. I don't have much time to go in very deep and teach these things. Uh, I will look at the other ones quickly. Full step spiral. So the full step spiral is you can sorry, full step spiral. You can give the center and you can start the staircase wherever you like. If you reduce the radius, it will have several turns. Otherwise, it will have only one turn. Now, if you just click it, it's come in and hit in the second floor. Press OK. So this is the spiral staircase we can generate from level 1 to level 2. So if I just get the elevation views, you see it's going from level 1 to level 2. So it has only one turn. So if I want to have several turns, you have to reduce the radius. So I will just do it and show you again. Spiral, give the center, and now without going very deep like this, without increasing the radius, you just reduce the radius, but you cannot reduce as you wish, then the runs will overlap. So this may be the minimum. So this run is around 3 feet, so you can't go beyond the 1.6, so 1.5. So if you just try to do it, it will not generate. So you can see it's not generating, still not now it's generating. Even for 1.6 it's not generating because its materials are overlapping. Staircase width is 3 feet, so it should be more than 1.6 feet. So 1.7 is okay. Now it's generated and it says something is failed to create stringer carriage because the material may be intersecting. So you cannot create error. Error is there. So it's coming from this width. So if you reduce this width, there will be no problems. So if I just reduce the width, now this kind of a staircase is possible. It will give a warning, but it's generating. So that's why you find lot of say in a spiral staircase, you will not find lot of width. Not like a normal straight staircase. Spiral staircases are very narrow staircases. So because of these issues, so you can see several turns now. And a small bit compared to this one. This has a small bit, and both are reaching level 2. Both reaches level 2. This has 2 turn, this has only 1 turn. I hope you understood. You can try it and see. I'll give some time. Just try these two methods and see. And same settings available. If you just look at it, edit type. You can have the concrete kind of a spiral staircase, and when you go to edit type, same set of settings available. Here also the same set of settings available. So if you know to edit one staircase, other things are same. So just do it and see. Any questions, tell me. If you are okay with this, I will just go through the others. So we have another stair by component called uh, center in spirals. So I will here what we do is we can give the center like this, and we can adjust the radius. In here we can give the number of steps also. In this example I cannot give the number of steps. Here we can change the number of steps. So if I want to get it down in the middle of the path, you can get it down, so you will not reach the top level. So here it says you cannot draw it because the diameter is less, so I have to increase the diameter because this is 3. So we can start something like this and go. Now I am not reaching the top level, I am just stopping in the middle. So the main difference between this one and this one is here we can adjust the number of steps. Here we can't adjust. So I will not reach the top level. I will reach somewhere in the middle. And we have more shapes. Another one is called L shape. So these are actually you can't do a lot of editing. You can only come and place the staircase like this. If you want, you can change the number of number of the riser and the other properties, but the design is L shape, so you cannot change it to a U shape or any other. So these are just predefined shapes. Go and edit the thing, same settings, uh, and you cannot load other types. So there are restrictions in this kind of defined shape. So you cannot make it you cannot load another family. So those are predefined shapes. Then we have U shape this way. So this is also a predefined shape. I cannot do much editing. So the problem in this all these predefined shapes are I cannot do a lot of editing. So if you want to have something like a curve kind of a railing, it's not possible here. So those are the main issues with this kind of predefined shapes. So I hope you understood the basic concepts of the predefined shapes. So for the assignment exam, we may give a staircase to draw. So just learn the basic stuff. So if you are okay with these predefined shapes, I will go to the other area. Any questions about the normal staircases? Any questions about this? okay. So I will start the other area. So if you are okay with this, so we will get the stair by sketch tool. So anyone who cannot find this tool in your computer, please tell me. So this may not be available in other some machines. So better you have an old Revit version also in your computer, then there will be no issues. So I will start this tool. So the idea of this tool is I can have my own shapes. For an example, if you want to have uh, a curve kind of a railing, can be done. So I will show you the tool here step by sketch. So here also we are going to draw the run. So if you want, you can draw the boundaries or rises manually one by one. So it's easiest to draw the run first, and you can have straight run or spiral. So if I have a straight run, so here what we do is similar to the previous. We just go like this. So it's start. I'm reaching now level 2. I reach level 2, and the staircase has been drawn. Now the advantage of this one is these are editable. So these uh, landings, the stringers, these their steps can be changed. So if someone wants to delete this thing and create a landing in the middle, as you asked, so I am now creating a landing in the middle. Say press OK. You are reaching level 2 anyway, but in the middle you have landing. So it says actual number prices are different, so it will give you a warning. But anyway, you are reaching the level 2. So you reach level 2, but the problem here is something is coming out like this. Some steps are coming out, and the railings are not following your landing. So the railing should have some straight thing here and go up. So that there are problems in the railing because I customize my step. So the landing can be created, no issues. But the stringers and the railing should follow those changes. So it's not following by default. So I will just do it again, step by sketch. uh, Run. So if you want, you can have a run like this. Earlier, we couldn't have this kind of a thing. Earlier, we had this kind of a U shape always. Now this can be done. Line too short. Sorry. Here, this way. It says line too short. Delete. So here we are getting some errors, but we can rectify them. So now the advantage of this one is I can draw my boundary. So I'll try to draw a boundary from here to. So you can draw the boundaries. Here also, if you don't have a boundary, you can draw it. So all the things can be customized now, not like the early case. So I go to boundary here and draw my landing manual. So here I'm drawing my landing manual. So press OK. Should be a closed loop, and it says more than two boundaries. So here I have a problem. I will delete this. Now it should be okay. So let's delete this one also. Okay. Now I have created my staircase with the landing in like this. So these things are possible uh, in this stair by sketch method. So here you have drawn it, but there are some steps created here, so we can rectify them also. So those kind of settings can be done, and here you can see how the railing has been taken that angle automatically. Here it's not taken, so we will see how to edit that quickly. And if someone wants to edit the railing shapes, we can do it. So I will show it. Go to edit sketches, go to boundaries, and click on this, and we can delete the boundary. And if you want, you can have an arc shape boundary, something like. Go to boundary tool, and select these arc tools and draw your shape. So this may be my new boundary. So you don't need to extend these lines. Just press OK. Automatically these will be extended. And now you have a railing of curve railing. So I'll just go and show you. This is the new appearance. So here the idea of this tool is creating your own shapes, own sketches and customizing. So you can see how I have done it. So this can be done. Earlier it was like a straight. This. Okay. Any questions? Please tell me. So always go here, go to edit, and select the required areas and change. So if I want to remove this, can delete. And if you want to draw a riser, you can draw it, no problem. Okay. The problem here is railing is not following the staircase, so there are problems here. So that's the thing we need to rectify. These things we have to correct. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can watch this video again as these are somewhat advanced areas in Revit. So I will edit this railing issue. So what can be done here. So if you have this kind of railing problems, the easiest thing we can do is I will get the 3D view also. So you can edit the. So I have a problem here. Basically, these problems appearing when you have uneven steps. Now, until this point, there are no problems with the railing. So here I have a uneven step size. So when this area is no problem. So when you have uneven steps like this, these problems occur. So you come here and go to edit sketches, and what we have to do is we have to split the railing. So there's a tool called splitting tool. We have discussed this earlier in the modification classes. Split elements. We have to split the railing from this point, maybe this point, and this point. So I have splitted the railing, left side of the railing, and press OK. Right side is not done. Now what happens? It will follow the railing will follow the steps. Now you can see it's nicely. There's a small issue with the railings here, but it's nicely following now. Here there's nothing like that. Stringers also now change. So here there's a void. I think some error is there. So you can see how it changes, how this changes. So this is how we change the railing shape. So I will do it again. Now these are segments. So that's why you are getting that kind of a shape. So if you just delete this and try to press OK, it will not work. So it should have a single line. You cannot have two lines like this. So we'll extend this. Now press OK. Now it's quite okay. You can see how the stringers have been changed and how the railings have been mounted. So the no railings are floating. Now here there's a small issue. So when you find these kind of small issues, you have to split the railing path and rectify those things. So this side I haven't done any rectification. So these kind of problems can be tackled from the split tool available here. So please remember that also. And if you want to draw risers again, just come here and draw a riser. For an example, if you want to create a curved kind of a staircase here, landing, you can delete these boundaries and draw a boundary again. So I'll just draw an arc shape. This kind of a boundary can be drawn. So this has a curve shape land. So quickly we can edit the things. So now we look at how to edit the railings. Now railing has been automatically drawn by the software, and if you want to draw a railing after the staircase to prevent people falling, you can go to railing tool here, and there's a tool called sketch path. So you can sketch the railing path in level 1 or level 2. So if you just sketch like this, it's the sketch in level 1. So it's in the bottom level. So you can quickly take it to level 2. Now your railing is this way. So the railing properties can be changed by selecting these kind of different shape railing families. So there are predefined shapes you can change. So if you select just kind of a rectangular railing, and you can go to edit type here and change how the railing has been designed. So the railing height is 3.5 inches, 3.5 feet, rectangular shape. So if you want, you can change the shape to a circular railing. So now these are circular shapes. So those kind of settings can be changed. So I'm not going in detail here. Everything can be changed. Top rail, circular, handrails. But what are the things we can give handrail to? Likewise, depending on the railing you use from the list here, say pipe rail. Then if you just look at edit type, these parameters are again changing. So the top rail is 3, height is 3, top rail is circular 1.5 inch. So this is up to you to explore actually. When you do a project work, you go and see these balusters are these uh, poles, these kind of bars. So you can change those settings also. So lot to explore here. So it's I have 3 balusters here, 1, 2, 3. So they have given the gap between them, and say if I increase this to 1 feet, you can see how it moves now. If I change this to again 0, you can see how it moves. So all the things can be changed, and the family of the balusters can be changed. Say square balusters, now it's going to be a square shape. So all this can be changed. So just explore by yourself, and when you do a project or assignment, just use the correct settings. So for the QS guys, I may not go in deep here. Everything can be changed. That's the thing you have to remember. So not like AutoCAD. AutoCAD we can just right click and go to editing and draw some lines and do it. In Revit we cannot do. So we have to know all these parameters, edit typing, all those things. So baluster placements can be adjusted, these poles, and rail structure can be adjusted how the railing has been done. So we have 5 railings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the top rail. So you can change these shapes and the height between them. So starting one is 0, 6. Now if you just take it to 0, 10, you can see it's going up. So we can add our railings and change this shape. So don't worry if you know the software very well. These are not difficult. So now I will discuss something more here. I will discuss how to edit the railing automatically coming from the software. So this is the railing I drew, and we can draw the railing, or we can we can draw the railing, or we can place on host. So what is the meaning of place on host? So if you just come here and delete this, now the railing is no longer available. So if you want to put it back, there's a tool called place on host. So you can come here and click on this host, but it's not appearing. Why? We have a railing already drawn. So if you just delete this side also, and if you want to take them back, you can go here and based on host. So it will come back. So if you have at least one railing in one side, this tool will not work. So you have to have both sides empty to start this tool to get the results from the tool. So both sides empty now. Just click on those, you can get it. And you can see the railing has been placed on the steps. So if you want, you can have the railing on here. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. Delete both, and this is the button. So you can have it on the stringers. So what when you select this and place it, it's on the stringer like this. So I hope you understood this. So you can have the railing on the stringer or else railing on the steps. So we will look at again. You have to delete both sides. Go to railing tool, place on host, and select either stringer or thread. So the thread, if you select the thread, it will be on the thread like this. So it's very easy. You can change it, or else you can get this offsetted here from this tool also. So if I just have 6 inches, now the thread is, sorry, balusters are moving 6 inches away from the string. So this gap can be adjusted. So all the things can be done if you know the software correctly. So if I'm going fast, please tell me. You can actually look at the video later. I'll upload this thing to YouTube. I uploaded the course material to your LMS last night. So these videos I will upload to the YouTube and share the link with you. Uh, Okay, so this may be somewhat difficult for you, the speed I'm moving. So you can look at the videos later also when I put it in the YouTube. So basically, understand that the railings can be drawn or can be host by the staircase. So if you host by the staircase, uh, you can change the position of the railing from these tools and get the rail shapes from here and go to edit type and change it more. If you want, you can have a offset for the railing even. So this is done. And sometimes you may need to change the railing path also. So you can go to edit path here and do some changes. Now the railing has been shown to you. This kind of a path is shown. So now if you want to delete this segment, can be done. Now the railing is without that part. So I will come back. Now if you want, you can take it like this. Now what happens if you take like this? Now you have a segment. Press OK. It won't allow you to do it. So please remember, it won't allow you to do this kind of a thing. You can't have a loop in the hole in the railing path. So this is not allowed. So what we can do is we delete this, press OK, and we have to redraw another railing until this point only. So we can come here and sketch a railing up to this point. So what happens when I do this is the problem here is the railing is not following the angle. So I drew a small railing, but it's not following the angle. So you have to select this tool and host it to this staircase. So this is how it works. So now I can have a discontinued railing. So I will do it and again show you what I did. So for an example, we select the railing like this. And my requirement is to have a small gap here in between the railing like this. So we edit the railing path. We can say if I try to split it like this, split it from here. Sorry. Uh, say I just do this. So this is the railing. So if I try to press OK, it won't allow me to press OK. So you have to delete this. Now you don't have a railing here, but I need a small part. So what I'm doing is I'm going to railing. We can't place on host. We don't have any railing to host. So you have to sketch it, and it's sketching level 1 here right now. You just sketch it. Then press OK. Now the railing is here, and you select the railing and go and pick a new host from here. So you just select the railing, pick new host, and host this. So this is how it works. If you want to have a discontinued train. So if you don't have the questions, we will move on to next editing. So actually, I spent a lot of time in staircases and railing. Today, I plan to complete ramp also. So we don't have ramp. We don't have time to complete the ramp. So last year, actually, I didn't do this staircase and the ramp tool. But this year, I thought of doing it. Then a lot of modeling tools are covered. So tomorrow, we will look at the ramp tool and these curtain tools also and finish the modeling. So tomorrow my plan is to complete chapter 8 and start chapter 11. So we actually I'm running out of time a little bit. So I have to complete all these chapters very quickly. So I may get some extra lessons if I cannot do it. So I hope you understood the concept here. So we will look at the editing more here. So tomorrow my plan is to complete ramps and current systems and uh, move on to chapter 11 and how to complete a drawing. So the schedules, QS parts we have to discuss. So we have 2 more days. So I will try to complete this one. So then you have covered a lot. So uh, now talking about editing again, trailing edit path. Now we can do these kind of changes also. Earlier I just changed the site length and other things. Now here there's a tool called slope by host, or slope flat, or slope. And here it says there's a height correction, custom, or by type. So the by type height is the original height here, it will maintain the railing height. But if you try to have a custom height and have say 1 feet, what will happen here is it will increase the original height by 1 foot. So press OK, you will see the difference immediately. Now this side of the railing is 1 foot above this. So this 1 foot came from that setting. So you go to edit path, select the path, and this 1 foot, say if I increase to 2 feet, press OK. This railing will go about 2 feet from the other railing. So this is 2 feet. So this is a customization we may need when you do the designs. So there's another. Uh, Here we can say flat. So what happens when you select flat here and give 2 feet, or flat here and by type? What will happen? Flat here and by type means your stair top of the railing will be flat. This. Okay. So if you just come here and say this is flat, but I need to have a 2 feet offset. So the flat is there, and it will increase again 2 feet and have the railing top rail. So this is the flatness is there, but they are increasing 2 feet. The original height is increased by 2 feet. So these kind of settings are possible in the railing path. So what I did was I simply came and edit the path, click on the railing path, and these should come pop up. Either you can have the slope by the host, or slope can be flat. By host can be selected, and you can have a custom height given. So now what happens? It follows the slope, and it has a 2 feet extra. So those things are maybe important when you do a design. So I hope you learn quite a lot in railings and staircases. Any questions? Any more questions? So that's why people find Revit is a difficult software. So you need to know everything what you do. So clicking only will give you these settings. Otherwise, if you click somewhere else, it won't appear. So that's why you need to learn Revit in a systematic manner, not like the AutoCAD. So now it appears. So you do the changes. Otherwise, it won't come. Okay, so you can try the tutorial available for this area. So in the book also they don't talk a lot in this area, but I have done quite a lot. If you look at our slides, they don't talk much about the staircases and railings. Also, they have only one slide in the railings. So the book doesn't talk about a lot. But tomorrow we'll go look at the RAM tool and the curtain systems, and you have a tutorial from these areas. You can furnish the building and you can raise the building and uh, finish the roof and draw the staircases like this. So just have some practice at home. Please so draw the staircase by sketch method and adjust the width, and you can change the landing, then have something like this. So this is about chapter 8. Tomorrow I'm going to start chapter 11 also. So tomorrow at 11:15 we will meet. So these tools I'm going to discuss something more about tags and boom tags. Actually we discuss dimensions, how to add dimensions. Also we have discussed some area, so we can quickly go through this and go to the QS tables and the other things. So I hope you understood the concepts talk today. So if you have any questions, just let me know. So we will stop for today. Thank you for watching this video.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.